Moncrieff
with Energlaze
on News Talk.
Now, ONALI Handra describes herself as a comedian and an entertainer. She's appeared in some dating shows while being quite public about what she wants and doesn't want. ONALI says she intends to remain a virgin until she gets married. ONALI, good afternoon.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Was there any point in your life when you thought that you wouldn't maintain your virginity until marriage, or has that always been a rock solid conviction for you?
It always was a rock solid conviction for me. I was born and raised in America. My parents are from India, and those are the values I was ingrained with growing up, and they still remain with me today.
Yeah, and obviously that's part of your Indian heritage, but I imagine your American heritage, so to speak, is quite different on that score.
You're absolutely right. Growing up, I was raised in New Jersey, on the east coast of the United States of America, but raised as if I was in India. So at home, it was the Indian culture. But then at school, I went to the American public school system, and it was a completely different world. And then in middle school and high school, I saw teenagers making out in the locker rooms, not in the locker rooms, by the lockers, in the hallways. I wasn't allowed to go to prom. You're absolutely right, Sean. I was toggling between two different worlds.
Yeah, and so when you were walking down these corridors and everybody's, slobbering all over each other, you weren't at all thinking, I wonder what that's like.
Well, first of all, up until during middle school, I had glasses and braces. So no guy really came towards me.
Okay.
And then in high school, I got my glasses and braces removed. But, I was always afraid that my father would find out, because it's my father's the patriarch in my family. And let me tell you, I was afraid of him growing up. I'm still afraid of him, and I'm 36.
That never goes away. Yeah, you can.
Right. So, Sean, I did wonder, I wonder what that would be like, but I was also afraid of ever doing anything like that because I was afraid my father would find out. And you know what my dad used to say? He said if I ever did anything to disappoint him, like that, he would sell the house and then send me back to India. And let me tell you, Sean, I did not want to go back to India.
Right, okay. Now, your parents had an arranged marriage, so was there pressure on you to do the same thing?
Oh, yes. Ever since I graduated college, my parents have been bugging me to agree to an arranged marriage. And this is after, growing up, I wasn't allowed to date, no sleepovers, no prom, no dorming in college. And listen, I'm not trying to put my parents down in any way. With all due respect, they meant well. They were just instilling conservative Indian values in me, what they knew best. But then, all that changed the day I graduated college. In fact, on the drive back home from the graduation ceremony, my father's like, okay, you have your degree. Now we're going to introduce you to to men, and you're going to get married. I'm like, my jaw dropped. I'm like, well, I've never had a boyfriend. Now you just want me to get married to a stranger? Like, what is that, So that was in 2009. It's been 14 plus years, and I'm still fighting them on it. And, let me tell you, Sean, arranged marriage to nowadays, it's your parents choosing who you're going to be sleeping with. That to me is just disgusting because my parents never talked to me about sex. I learned about that from school, from health class. And then also, look, I think I'm going to deter all the Indian guys out there, but an Indian guy could be my long-lost brother. No, right. Thank you.
Okay. The fact that you're talking about this also publicly now, ONALI, presumably your parents are aware of that. How do they feel about it?
I don't care anymore. I'm 36. I've detached from what my parents think. I'm my own woman. I'm financially independent. I'm at a point in life where I with all due respect, I just don't care.
Yeah.
I'm sure my parents are happy that I have, they're disappointed that I'm not married yet.
Yeah.
But I know they're happy that I've maintained my V card. So, you can't win them all. You gotta take what you get.
Okay, all right. So, it's a glass half full situation as far as they're concerned. When it comes to actually dating people, though, and you bring up the fact that you're A, a virgin, and B, you want to remain that way until you get married, has that impeded any of the relationships you've had?
It has impeded all the relationships I've had. I've only been kissed by 6 men. My first kiss happened when I was 26 or 27. The first 3 were Indian men. And then the 4th guy was Caucasian. I met him on the dating show I was on, 5 Guys a Week. It's now syndicated on Amazon. I'm episode 14. I lived with and dated 5 guys at once. And as the week progressed, I kicked out 1 guy at a time. And I only kissed 1 guy, and he's the guy I picked. That tells you something about my values. I didn't know him long enough, though. Like after filming Wrapped, he turned out to be a different person, and so we lost touch. So nothing really ever happened with him. So he was the 4th guy. The 5th guy was dark skinned. I have a text message from him that he was breaking it off with me because I wouldn't sleep with him. He kissed me on my birthday earlier this year. So then that ended as quickly as it started. And then, okay, Sean, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
The 6th guy, he's Caucasian Jewish. He's considerably older than me. I met him serendipitously earlier this year.
It's not Woody Allen, is it?
No.
No, okay. All right, yeah. Just the description,
No, but he kind of he resembles Robert Redford.
Okay. Oh, now you're talking. Yeah.
He's not as old as Robert Redford.
So, okay, so what happened with Jewish Robert Redford?
He's the 6th guy to have ever kissed me, and Sean, okay, are you ready? This is the first time I'm talking about this guy publicly.
Okay.
And I'm really trying not to reveal his name. Oh gosh. He's the first man I experienced 2nd and 3rd base with.
Wow.
So so then our first kiss, when we first had dinner, it was after 2 months of having met him. I didn't think of it as a date. It was just 2 people having a meal. But then, it was a 3-hour dinner. We just had a lot in common. We were just talking and laughing. Great connection and chemistry. He didn't even try to kiss me. And again, we do have a considerable age difference. But then as the week progressed, as the weeks went by, we just kept hanging out with each other, and I felt safe around him. I trusted him. And then 3 weeks after our first dinner, he's like, I like you. I want more. I want to kiss you. I'm like, oh boy. And I told him the truth about me. I'm like, listen, I'm a virgin. I fall in love with just 1 kiss. And that's as far as it's ever gone with any guy. And so Sean, I let him kiss me, and it was amazing. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay. And is that ongoing now, or did that end too?
Sean, he broke up with me a month ago.
Oh.
He strung me along for 5 months. The day after our first kiss, I experienced 2nd and 3rd base for the first time. For 5 months, it went on like this. And you know something? We're part of the same fitness community. That's how we met. I saw him 2-3 times a week at the gym, but then we rendezvoused another once or twice a week. And we only went as far as 3rd base. But let me tell you, I used to, and he knew that I wasn't on any birth control. He hadn't had a vasectomy. I didn't want to get accidentally pregnant or anything like that.
Sure.
But, I used to wonder, and I still wonder, was he getting 4th base from somewhere else? The nights that I wasn't over at his place, I still think about him. I still love him,
yes, of course. Yeah. Well, we can't really get into the nitty gritty details, Sonali, on a radio show, but it depends what kind of 3rd base was involved. I imagine people might have quite vivid ideas about that.
Let me put it this way, Sean. I call myself a semi-virgin at this point.
Okay, yeah, but would he have left those encounters feeling semi-virginal or relatively happy?
I was very happy. I was elated. I felt
but was he happy, Sonali? Do you think he might have gone, I need a bit more here?
Well, I have a text message from him saying that he was very happy whenever we were intimate, to whatever degree.
Yeah.
So... No, but I do remember him saying he was a bit frustrated. I'm like, listen, just what do you want me to do? Why does the woman have to go on birth control? Why can't a man have a vasectomy? I was heart-wrenched. I was heartbroken when he broke it off with me. And you know what he said? He pursued me, and he was like, oh, you need to be with a man your own age. I'm like, then why the hell did you pursue me? You knew how old I was. I still see him off and on every week because, again, we're part of the same fitness community. It's heart-wrenching.
It is
to keep running into him.
Yeah. Oh, God. And embarrassing as well.
Well, it had to have happened at some point. I'm 36, right?
Yeah.
I have needs too. I realized, with him, I experienced things I didn't know I could experience or feel. I call him Mr. Lap. And appropriately so, because Sean, I used to sit on his lap and chat with him, embrace him, kiss him.
Yeah.
And he is to me what Mr. Big is to Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City.
Okay.
Just a very big deal.
Yeah,
really.
except he's dead.
Not yet. Just, hey, I could die first. Age is just a number.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, the thing, leave Jewish Robert Redford aside. Let's forget about him.
Okay.
He's old news.
Okay.
You're moving on to the next thing. You will eventually, Sonali, meet someone and you'll know, maybe not instantly. It might take a short while, might take a long time, but you'll know, then you'll be engaged and you'll know this is my life partner. This is the one. This is the man I'm going to have sex with every night for the rest of my life. Now, if you're getting married on a Tuesday, let's say you're getting married next Tuesday, next Monday, if he says to you, it's not going to make, 24 hours isn't going to make any difference, what do you do?
Yes, I will hold out till Tuesday. In fact, look, Sean, I don't need a big fat Indian wedding. I think, I'm in LA. Let's just go to Vegas and call it a night. Like I don't need 800 people there. Or or anything. Just but yes, I will hold out because I need to know he's going to be there with me for eternity.
Okay, yeah, I know he will be. And the thing is, after a year or two, you won't be having sex at all anyway. So
Why not?
You'll find it's not that important.
Okay, I wouldn't know. But
Yeah,
anyway.
well, that's the experience of many marriages are built on respect and a good firm handshake. That's pretty much all you need.
Interesting. Are you married, Sean?
Oh, yeah, several times.
Okay.
Sonali Chandra is a stand-up comedian and entertainer. Sonali, thank you very much for talking to us today.
Thank you so much for having me. This was fun. Take care.
You take care too, Sonali. Whew. Someone says I can't get to third base and I play baseball.